Well, hi there. How are you doing? So, it's finally arrived. The brand new Cannibal Corpse album titled Violence Unimagined. The 15th full-length album. If we're not talking, live stuff, demos, EPs. We're talking the 15th album. Yes, I know. Isn't that crazy? 15 albums. And there was a 4-year gap, which in terms is the longest gap that they've ever had. Usually it's like 2 to 3 years, mostly three for like the 21st century. But there was a 2-year gap from, what was it, Torture to a Skeletal Domain. But this time it was a 4-year gap. And maybe it was the beer bug that had something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But either way, the album is here. It came out. And it's the first album with Eric Rutan on board, replacing Pat O'Brien after his incident back in, God, was it December 2018? Yeah, man, time flies. It's really crazy to think. So it was a very natural fit and transition that, Eric Rutan, Ripping Corpse, Frank Mullen there, Suffocation, Frank Mullen's whole Ripping Corpse. I don't know what I'm going on about. But anyways, yeah, it was a Ripping Corpse, then Morbid Angel, and then, of course, currently and still doing Hate Eternal as well. And this, my friends, is the unboxing of Violence Unimagined. And I realized as I was getting this package open that I don't even have my surgical gloves on. So, whew, before I go further, yes, I'm going to go all the way with this. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah. Alright. Yes, I'm going all the way with this. We got to keep this special, get my little fingerprints off these things. But boy, do I got this thing open. And it is a beaut. Boy, dude, this is, oh my God. Oh, oh man. I meant to this is some pretty, oh my God, yeah, really quickly, that is some pretty nasty artwork. You might want to just do a quick pause at that, but holy shit, that is nasty. And dude, holy shit, that is crazy. This is a big old book, and in back has a flag and a patch, and I think a big old sticker. Do I put the sticker on my car? If that's a sticker, I don't even know if it is, but I'm trying to open it slightly so I don't scratch up the book. But boy, man, this is wild. This is a giant book. No, I'm just one of the guys who gotta have the whole complete package. And opening this, ooh, very lightly is kind of a struggle right now. I'm trying not to. How do I do? Oh. Found a hole. Found a way to slide it in. That's what she said. Oh my God, yes. Now I gotta make a bigger hole. Bro, here we go. Oh my God. So, we've seen the CD. That's absolutely brutal artwork from Vincent Locke. Not for everyone, not for the faint of heart. If you're one of those people who can't be into horrific imagery, definitely not for you. But for me, it's not about being into it, but it's understanding the brutality of it and understanding, it's short stories, and they are telling a very dark story, because these guys don't condone the actions. They're just telling short stories within all their songs. So, when you have extreme music and your lyrics are gore-based, you gotta go all the way with it, with the extremity of it. And though, the lyrics, some people are claiming that the lyrics aren't as brutal as they used to be. At the end of the day, maybe that's true, but what ultimately matters is the music. The music has maintained its quality over the years. Some will say, oh, they jumped off at their barns, or they may even hopped off on Kill, but I know Cannibal Corpse, they gained a lot of people with Kill. That was when Rob Barrett rejoined the band, and Rutan, that was his first album. Producing for the guys. He's done every album on the production knobs besides A Skeletal Domain, which had Mark Lewis. Oh boy. I'm getting all these stickies, stickies. I'm just getting stickies everywhere from this shit, but we got a freaking... I'm not even going to show this flag because it's too gigantic, and it'll show off the artwork way too brutally, and I do not want to get flagged for it. But there is a very killer patch. I don't really own any patches, but if you know anyone who would like this patch, otherwise I might find use for it because, well, it is really cool. And this looks like a big old bumper sticker. Ooh. And that big old nasty brutal flag. I'll show off a sliver of it. Yeah. Dude. That artwork, like, zoomed in. I can't take that chance being a small channel. But I'll tell you what, though. I can't really own the flag for personal reasons as much as I would love to. If you're reading this video and you don't know who I am, or if you do know who I am, feel free to drop a comment if you'd like to own the flag. I'd be very glad to sell it to you at a very affordable price. Probably looking around 15, 20 bucks, but yeah, maybe 20 at most. If you like it and you, I don't know, maybe order the album and you wanted that flag but couldn't afford, you know, this big book edition, you know, this beauty right here. Oh my god, I love hardcover. I'm a big sucker for hardcover. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to sell you the flag. All right, I do PayPal and all that good stuff. So if you're like near my area within the Illinois regions, we can even do Chase QuickPay, whatever works. But yeah, reach out to me. I would like to sell that flag to a fan who really wants it. I don't want to just have it go to waste sitting here collecting dust. But anyways, bro, there's a disc. Wow, look at that. So it's somewhere in here like the vinyl. This is crazy, dude. So somehow I can't show off the nudity. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, that arc is brutal. Oh dude, look, it's got the whole lyrics thing going on in book format with artwork. Oh my god. It's got, you know, music and lyrics. So like Inhumane Harvest was a Rob Barrett song. Rutan has a solo followed by Rob Barrett. Oh my god, they have... This book is gigantic. It's huge. And, let me... Try not to bump into the camera here, but I don't want to ruin the pages of this brand new book. But man, this is cool. Oh my god. Yeah. Dude, there's just a headband for... Oh my god. Dude, we got even some good old black and white artwork too. Dude. Nice. This is cool. So yeah, this I can own. And can get away with owning. Dude. Vincent Locke, man. I got an art book. It's like I own a piece of yours. And I already own a drawing for your got live cannibalism. So this is cool to own a little extra. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be like the designs that, I guess you could say, that make the shirts and the merch. And you got, of course, the lineup in the back. So I just showed you a few of the art photos. Artwork by Vince Locke, followed by Alex Morgan. This album is dedicated to the memory of Paul Mazurkowitz Sr. That is definitely Paul's dad. I remember in the, Centuries of Torment DVD, and that is his tribute to him. R.I.P. sir, even if I didn't know you, but your son is in the band, so I respect. And this looks to be the vinyl. I think this is supposed to be that like blood red marble disc. And woo! Dude! This shit is good. Hot dog, dude. This is a beaut. I gotta get this sucker back in because, you know, I gotta slide it back on in. That's what she said. But this is a beautiful book. And I don't know if they have a band things. Now I'm looking towards the early stages of the book. But this is a beautiful thing to own. And obviously it's definitely recommended for like the hardcore fans. Like, dude, Bro, God, I love gore art. It's not about like being into or advocating for it. It's just appreciating the design and understanding the violent, psychotic nature of it all. It's really intense and it fits the music. But once again, that cover, oh my God, even the back cover too. Oh my God, this is definitely one of the coolest things I've ever owned from the band Cannibal Corpse. I am very satisfied. And now I'm going to get into my car because I don't have a CD player in my home, but I got one in my car. So I'm going to get on listening to that album, do a little cruise, listen to it. And I'm going to come back to you guys and let you know what I think about the album. My first initial thoughts. I'm just going to drive around for like 35, 40 minutes, one listen with a review on what I think of first listen. So this is going to be interesting because, with consecutive listens, it can change for better or even for worse. But Cannibal Corpse, I don't feel like they've made a bad album. I feel like every album at the least is good. Some, of course, we're all gonna like more than others. But this album in particular, I'm really curious about because, when I heard Inhumane Harvest, I'm like, fuck, that's good. So let's go see how this goes. I'll be right back with you guys shortly. So the first initial thoughts. Okay, so this album has 11 tracks. As I said earlier, the first album with Eric Rutan on the guitars. And I'm like, okay, cool, 11 tracks. That is the first time since Gore Obsessed they had that, because Kill and like The Wretched Spawn at 13 and all the albums onwards after that all had 12. So it's nice to see a little slimmer album. And for me, I'm kind of a less is more type of guy. Like, I don't mind many tracks. Bands like Napalm Deaths and all your grind bands like your Grounds of the world, they have the many tracks type of thing. But when an album just has like a little bit fewer, I feel like sometimes it helps the album because, you just gotta leave them wanting more. And this album did just that. It left me wanting more. And doing my drive around, which is something I've not been able to do for an album in years as the first album listen, just drive around for 35, 40 minutes and just let it sink in. And these guys still got it. They still got it, which is saying a lot because, once again, they never put out a bad album. Where it will rank for me is very, very hard to determine. I couldn't put a finger on that right now after just one single album listen. I will say, though, like, the boys still got it. Paul Mazurkowitz is an absolute MVP, and I know people kind of give him crap, not really a lot, but some do, about how he's not like a drummer like a Pete Sandoval type of guy, and he's really not. As he has said on the Centuries of Torment DVD, he plays Cannibal Corpse style drumming, and it shows. And I feel like he does that, but to a greater extent on this album. And they're still continuing to use the click track like they had been doing since Evisceration Plague as well, and it shows because they have very tight performance. So I know there are people who like that raw primal aspect. Don't worry, it's still fast, it's still heavy. Alex still kills on the bass. You don't hear his tone as prominently, or who knows, maybe my opinion might change on that as well as I get into deeper listens, second, third, fourth, and so on, or even on headphones. But I heard the bass, not as prominent as what you hear on like Torture, or even The Bleeding, or even the Skeletal Domain, but it's there, it's prominent. And the guitar work is killer. I mean, Rob Barrett, he writes a little bit more of the straightforward, straight up bang 'em ups. And Eric Rutan does songs like Ritual Annihilation, or at least it sounds like it. And he just is a fiery riffer machine. And, I love the way this album flows. You got songs like Ritual Annihilation going into Follow the Blood. And you got fast, songs like Over Torture. And then you got songs that have like, Surround, Kill, Devour. Surround, Kill, Devour, yeah, is that? Yep, Surround, Kill, Devour. It's had more of like a mid thing kind of go on the entire time, a la Evisceration Plague style. So there is a great flow to this album. So, and once again, the guitar tone is insane. I mean, once again, Eric Rutan is a very dominant producer working with bands like Goat Whore. And of course, his other band, Hate Eternal, Morbid Angel, his previous band. He's got experience. He's been doing this for a while. He still knows what he's doing, and he has continued to give this band a very refined, polished, yet still very, brutal sounding album. It sounded huge, and just like the parts was just like dun, 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 dun. Those type of parts were just making me bang my head in the car, as they should do. So you got your fast parts. You also have your Scourge of Iron type of dun, 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 dun. All those crazy slower, heavier parts. It's there for the people who want to headbang, for the people who want to get the more technical musicianship like advancements. They are there too. And George Fisher, once again, still killing it on the vocals. Still killing it. He may not be writing lyrics, and that is okay as long as he delivers a amazing vocal performance. And deliver he does. You're not going to hear him do any like super long-term screams like he does in songs like Blood Drenched Execution, but he does do them sporadically. It's there. And I'm glad to hear that his voice somehow has still survived, because I'm sure he has the absolute worst headaches possible from that shit. Now, as far as like tracks go, I'm gonna have to go with like Ritual Annihilation, Follow the Blood, and Over Torture as of now are my favorite tracks. Maybe Murderous Rampage 2. Once again, that could change. But Ritual Annihilation, oh my god. It smokes, man. It smokes. It really does. And got Cerements of the Flayed, which is a great album closer, which I love when Cannibal closes out with killer songs, because when I think of killer songs that are closers, you have Bloodlands from Vile. You got, of course, Infinite Misery from Kill. And, of course, Hideous Ichor from Red Before Black. You can add this song to another one of the great Cannibal Corpse album closers. So yeah, this album riffs, it shreds, it grooves a little, and it beats you over the head. It sounds horrific. And once again, 15 albums. I don't want to say where I rank this album. I'm not going to put it there yet. However, I am open to doing that. I am open to do that for like maybe like a year-end metal retrospective towards the end of the year 2021. Where does it stand up? Did it somehow go down in the list? Did it stay the same? Did it go up even? I'm willing to judge it then as far as, best of albums for 2021 and where does it stand with Cannibal Corpse's album catalog, because you gotta let the hype die down a little, and that way you can take out the fanboy goggles and truly judge the album on a more objective stance. And that's saying a lot for me to do it, considering I love my Cannibal, but I want to be objective and be fair. But at the initial score, which I know some people are gonna like hate me for not giving it like a 9.5. I'm not gonna do that. Once again, if you're interested in me doing a retrospective review, let me know in the comments and see if my score goes down, stays the same, or even goes up. Let me know in the comments. If I see enough demand, I'll gladly do it. I'll gladly do it. I feel like that's a good way to have a more objective take on an album. But for now, I'm going to give this album a strong 8.4. It's great. You should listen to it. Who is it for, you say? Cannibal Corpse fans. Who else is it for? Fans of death metal, especially traditional American death metal, from New York. You definitely want to hear this album. Is it gonna win over people who already are not into the band? Hard to say. I mean, is it a good album to get people into death metal? I'd say it's a good album to show people, because one, you can show how well George's vocals are enunciated. You can hear all the amazing musicianship going on. You can really also hear that there's not just fast, but there's also mid-pace. So it's very varied in that sense. If you want to show someone to get into death metal, this album, I'd say it's a good example. I wouldn't say, it's like, it's a milestone. This is the album that's going to define your death metal life. Who knows, maybe once again, I might feel that way later on, but it's just, if you want to show someone, hey, this is a good idea what death metal sounds like, this is a very good example of that. So yeah, 8.4 is the review. Let me know what you think of the album, and if you want to hear a retrospective review, you all have a magical evening.